Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. Happy September.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah, finally. I think we might have said Happy September last episode, too. I don't remember.
I think we just said, we were entering fall vibes, and
yeah.
I also said Happy Halloween on that episode. So, but it's Halloween from here on out, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it definitely is, because we're recording this on September 1st, so.
Yes, so truly we are in the spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the best time of year.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to announce that next week is Bella Swan's birthday.
Shout out to our
so
Twilight
for all of
fans.
all of our Twihards out there, it is, September 13th. So happy birthday, Bella.
Wait, how old is she going to be? Do we know?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Well, shout out to Bella, the fictional character.
Yeah, shout out. I guess, no, she's eternally 17, remember?
I know,
No,
but
18.
they're like, oh, I'm
18.
652. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. She's probably 30
She's 30.
or something.
Yeah, no, you're right. It hasn't been that long.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so you guys, we also have a pretty big announcement for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. I'll let you do this announcement.
Thank you very much. And I cannot lie, we did come to this conclusion about 5 minutes ago, right before we started recording this podcast. But we will be attending Mothman Festival 2022 on September 17th and 18th. So if anybody is near Point Pleasant, West Virginia at that time, come out and see us, man. I'm trying to find Mothman. I am so excited. I'm saying it very calmly, but I'm screaming internally.
I know. I'm pretty excited too. Remember we tried to do this last year too?
Yes, but then they canceled
it. And then it got canceled.
Yeah.
Or was it last year? Or
yeah, it was last year.
I think so.
Yeah. It was canceled for the past 2 years, but last year was when we were going to go. But yeah, they're having it this year, and we're going. So Mysteries, Myths, and Legends will be attending. Please come see us. Because I'm going to be on the hunt. I'm trying to find it, man. I am so excited. I've always wanted to go to Point Pleasant. I'm so excited to take a picture with Mothman, the statue, and the real one when I catch him.
Oh, I know.
I'm so excited.
That'd be so fun.
I'm so excited. So maybe we'll have a future vlog coming up for you guys.
Oh,
with
we
that.
should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exciting. So, yeah. Yeah, but that's really all the news I have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. we can get back into my story.
Let's get into it. Yeah. Doja Cat.
Okay, so if anybody follows us on TikTok, you might have seen we did this little thing with the filters.
You stop it right now.
We did this thing with filters that was like, what cryptid are you, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I got this one called Sinkhole Sam, and I was like, I don't even know who this is, but I need to do a story on it.
Oh my god, I'm so excited you're doing Sinkhole Sam. I also need to let everyone know that Savannah's name in my phone is now Sinkhole Sav, because it just really fits. So I'm excited to hear about this creature.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Sinkhole Sam?
Absolutely not. Other than the fact that in the TikTok, because I did watch the TikTok, it looks like the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
Oh, you're right. It kind of does.
Mm-hmm. But I have no information on this guy at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you about it. So, just like you said, it's like a worm-like creature, and it's found in Lake Inman, or Inman Lake. I don't know why I just said that backwards. But anyways,
really
Inman
matter?
Lake. Probably not. I don't know. In Kansas.
Oh, in Kansas. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not where I pictured Sinkhole Sam to be living.
Where'd you think?
I don't know. Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. But maybe they have a similar type thing down there.
True.
Could. So Inman Lake there's part of it that's known as the Sinkhole, and that's where he hangs out.
Oh, though, that makes a lot of sense.
And Inman Lake is, I think there's like a whole town right near there called Inman. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I am. And it's northwest of Wichita. And I have family out in Kansas, but I've never actually been out there.
Oh, do you really?
But
I did not think I knew that.
Yeah, my grandma on my dad's side was from out there.
What? That is crazy.
Got some family out there, but maybe I'll go one day.
That is truly why you are Sinkhole Sam.
Literally, I've heard that it's just like totally flat. And it's
I heard there's nothing there. I didn't want to be mean to any of our Kansas listeners, but I heard there's literally nothing there.
There's Sinkhole Sam.
That's true. That's true. I have flown over Kansas. It is pretty flat.
Okay, well, let's get into a little bit of the, geography of like why this is like a sinkhole. So before 1920, Kansas was like not colonized yet. And Inman, Kansas had like many freshwater ponds and lakes. But over time with colonization and stuff, a lot of them were dried up or drained totally. And some of the low areas still held some water. And these, they called them sinkholes.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, I guess at one point these were, like, super, super deep in the lakes. But now they're just, like, little deeper spots in these lakes.
Yeah.
Because they have less water in them. I don't know. So, Sinkhole Sam, he... fun fact, he's also called the Foopengerkle.
Stop it. That is a lie. The Foopengerkle?
No. Yeah, it's true.
Now I feel like
I'll get back to that one.
I feel like changing your name to Foopengerkle in my phone now.
See, I kind of thought you would. But I'll get back to that one in a little bit of why that is.
Okay, good.
But yeah, he is supposedly a prehistoric creature.
Oh.
That lived in flooded underground caverns that led to the lake.
Interesting.
So now we're getting into caves again. I know you've talked about caves a few times.
Creepy. The caves are no good. Like, literally stay out of the caves. Like, you don't want to see Sinkhole Sam. I'm positive you don't want to see him.
I mean, I would go see him.
Interesting.
I don't know.
We always seem to want to do the opposite of what I'm thinking, which is very funny.
Yeah. So one of the first accounts of somebody seeing this creature came from two men fishing at the sinkhole in 1952. And then after this, two other men said they saw the creature as well. And, people just kept seeing it. So, like, there's just, like, a handful of people. And they described it as being about 15 feet in length and as round as a car tire.
Ew. He is a thick boy.
Big.
Ew.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
It's really giving the Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. And he has also been described as like 15 to 30 feet long.
Oh, Lord.
So he's pretty big. Sightings have sort of stopped over the years. So like we don't know if he died or went back into the caverns and is just hiding.
Yeah.
But there were some other sightings that we can go back to in the 50s. In 1953, an 18-year-old boy, a farm boy, he saw the monster. That's what they referred to it as in some of these articles. They call it the monster. His name was Bert Newfield, and he actually fired 2 shots from his rifle at him.
Oh.
Yeah, and he says that he hit Sinkhole Sam, but a witness who was, I guess, with him or something, he said that Sam got out of the way.
Yeah, Sam.
And he missed the shots. So.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm rooting for Sam. I don't know.
Currently, I'm rooting for Sam.
So this reporter named Ernest Dewey, he actually traveled to Inman in 1952 to get a story on the monster because he like heard about it from some people. And he actually liked to poke fun at local legends. And he was good at doing this because before he was a writer, he was a publicist for a traveling circus, like in his early career.
Oh.
So he was like used to being around weird things.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So Ernest, he wrote an article published by the Salina Journal the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And in this, he said he had a scientific sidekick called Dr. Erasmus P. Quattlebaum.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, me and this guy, Dr. Quattlebaum, like we came out here and we found him.
Okay.
But, I mean, people think that he's probably a fake person.
Oh, do they really think that?
Yeah. But anyways, in this article, he says that Quattlebaum, he said the creature was actually a Foopengerkle.
Shut up.
He says, Sinkhole Sam, yeah, he's not like a worm or anything. He's a Foopengerkle.
Okay. And so what is
He's like, this is a
Foopengerkle?
real creature. Yeah, exactly. He's like, this is a real creature, and it is, according to him, it's a creature known to inhabit subterranean Kansas caverns.
Okay.
So yeah, he's like, yeah, this creature's just down there, and like that's normal.
Yeah, it's just the Foopengerkle.
Exactly.
Obviously.
And he basically said that the big sinkhole is Sam's place to hang out, but he lives in the caves underneath.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense.
If that makes sense. Like, he'll come up to the little sinkhole to hang out, but then he lives underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he also said that people had nothing to worry about because Foopengerkles are terribly dumb and they're vegetarian.
Well, you know, in that case, I would be friends with the Foopengerkle or whatever. What's it called again?
The Foopengerkle?
Foopengerkle. Okay. I would be friends with them.
Yeah, I don't know how he came up with that name.
It's fake?
It's gotta be, right?
It's gotta be. Foopengerkle? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I'm so sorry if that's like actually somebody's name and it's actually named off of something, but
oh my God.
That name's crazy. I do love it though.
Mm-hmm.
It rolls off the tongue, but I do in fact keep forgetting it. So
yeah, no, but I would be friends with him too.
Yeah, I mean, they sound chill to me. They're just chilling in their cave and eating like leaves. They're fine.
Yeah. So this article, it actually brought tons of people to the sinkhole, and people would line up around the water, like line up their cars around the water with the windows up because I guess they're still kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
But they would like wait for it to come up and so they could see it.
Oh.
But I don't think that ever happened.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait. So did it happen? But that's
no.
crazy.
I mean, it wasn't reported on if it did. But, yeah. So in 1953, the story, it got to Kansas City, which I guess is one of the big cities in Kansas. I'm not really familiar with Kansas.
It might even be the capital.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm not sure, but it might be.
Like, I was supposed to memorize my capitals.
I surely never learned my capitals. Still don't know them. And, you know, we're just not the people to ask for that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it got to Kansas City, and a reporter from the newspaper Enterprise Association was sent out to write about it. So this person, Mary Kay Flynn, she found numerous citizens that described the Sinkhole Sam as 15 foot long, with a fluted tail and a long fin on his back.
Oh.
So if you can picture that.
I can. Also, I'd just like to say that the capital of Kansas is Topeka, so we are incorrect, but that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That I should have known that.
Yeah, me too.
Thinking
Actually,
back.
literally me too. But anyways.
So I'm like, what? Literally. Okay.
Okay,
Anyways.
but wait, so he has, you said the fin is on his back?
Yeah, he has a fluted tail and a long fin on its back.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. And he was also described as having a big, non-snake-like grin.
Okay, so what does that necessarily mean?
I kind of don't really know, but when I saw the pictures, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, well,
not
check
pictures,
our Instagram.
but like, you know.
Yeah, like renditions.
The drawings.
Yeah, so check our Instagram if you want to see what we mean by the mouth.
Mm-hmm. So this reporter also said that Sam was Kansas's answer to the Loch Ness Monster.
Interesting. So they think it's the same?
Maybe, I don't know if they think it's the same.
Oh,
but
they're just saying that's Kansas's Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that might be what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. So soon, newspapers from all over the country got a hold of the story. So it was like found in Oregon and Florida. They were all talking about it. And that's kind of crazy for the time because, you know, it's the 50s. I feel like news didn't travel as fast, you know?
No, definitely.
Or like if it's a big story, it's going to get to everywhere, but not, you know, these little things.
I know, like, and the fact that this little creature has made its way, like, all the way to Florida and the other places you said, like, that's a little bit crazy. It makes it a little bit more believable.
He didn't go there.
No, I know, but like the stories even.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. So getting to like the proof of Sinkhole Sam, the only real proof was that there were, you know, like the witnesses.
Yeah.
And you know, these people, a lot of people say that the witnesses didn't really have any reason to lie. So that's like something that, you know, strengthens their argument, but I don't know. They also say that because they were Mennonites, they are not prone to exaggeration.
Okay.
So like they're less likely to be liars, but I don't know.
The fact that they are Mennonites, I feel like does in fact change a little bit for me because...
You think so?
Yeah. So I was obsessed with like the show Breaking Amish when I was little. So I know like a lot about the Amish and the Mennonite community, at least from whatever that show portrays. And they don't really have a lot of like outside world influence, really. Or like they limit it as much as possible. So I don't know. I kind of believe them, man. Like, it's not like they're Googling. It's not like really anybody was at this time in any way. But, like, Googling creatures, you know, just to, like, make up. You know, but maybe also they were doing it for fun. Yeah. Like, Sinkhole Sam's going to get you. I don't know. Now I can see it from both ways.
That's true. You know, I didn't really think about that because I wrote down that they were Mennonites, but then I didn't really, like, think about... who Mennonites were. Yeah. Like, okay, well, that does kind of make sense. That, like, why would they want the attention on them?
Exactly. Like, they wouldn't. Because I'm pretty sure, like, they don't even like pictures of themselves. At least some groups of them. Yeah. I'm not speaking for all of them, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to move on from that, but we're just going to
So you just say,
move on.
Moving on.
Yeah, so in the 1960s, citizens organized a hunting party to get Sam.
Oh, get him.
So I don't really know why they wanted to hunt Sam.
Why are they so mean to Sam?
Oh, actually, see, I say that and then I have the reason right here. So, you know, I'm just a little tired tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Honestly, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, so, okay, so they organized a hunting party because somebody said that he ate a calf that he dragged into the lake. Like a cow. Okay. But like, I don't know if that's true. Like, they said he's vegetarian, right?
Right. Also, so he kills one cow. Let's just say he did it. He kills one cow. Like, he's hungry. He's been vegetarian his whole life. Like, let him have the cow.
Yeah, he exactly. We eat cows all the time.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyways, they tried to hunt him down, but did not get him.
Good.
Thankfully.
Literally.
So over the years, there have been like people who are trying to figure out like what is this creature if it does exist, you know?
Yeah.
And the president and executive director of the Center for North American Herpetology, he weighed in on what he thought of the creature. So herpetology, I think, is like snakes.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah. It definitely is. Oh,
Okay,
I think it's reptiles in general.
Okay. Yeah. So he like knows about this stuff, sort of. So he says that the longest snake that's native to Kansas is the gopher snake, which reaches 89 inches. So he says it's probably a gopher snake because it does get in the water. So it could have just been like a big snake or somebody just over-exaggerated what they saw.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, maybe I can see, like, a snake being 15 feet long. But you know what I cannot see? A snake being the width of a tire.
Well, yeah.
So, like, maybe they
No,
did
you're
just
right.
exaggerate it, you know? Like, they saw a big snake, but it wasn't, like, that big, you know?
Yeah. No, honestly, that does kind of make sense, though, because you see something crazy, you're going to exaggerate it a little bit. And then with every time you
100%.
tell the story... Every time you tell the story, it's going to get more and more extreme.
Definitely.
So that's what he thinks it is. But he also says it could have been a boa constrictor or a python that was released into the wild by like an exotic pet owner.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Other things that it could possibly be, a giant earthworm. There are actually some giant earthworms in like different, they're like in different continents, so I don't know how it would end up in Kansas. But there's one in Australia that grows up to 9 feet. It's like about 3 feet average, but then up to 9 feet.
Ew.
Which is crazy. An earthworm, like that big.
I really don't like that.
You're not going to like this next one either. There's one in South Africa that is average 6 feet, but up to 22 feet.
No.
And actually, there is one in Oregon. So this, is the most likely because it's in the United States at least. One in Oregon that can be around 3 feet long.
Okay.
So.
That's very, very far stretch from 15 feet.
Yeah. So, but there are giant earthworms in the world. So, I mean, it's not really like
it's not
that
out
big
of
of
the
a
realm.
stretch, I guess.
Yeah.
There's also giant sea worms, which is even more unlikely because Kansas is very far from the ocean.
Yeah, like the farthest.
Yeah, like totally in the middle of the continent. But there is evidence of sea worms being up to 26 feet in length.
Excuse me?
So, yeah. I mean, the ocean's a big place.
I know,
So,
but I just don't like to think about it. But ew. Can you imagine what a 20-foot long worm would look like? Because I really honestly can't even.
Me either.
Ew.
I don't know.
Ew.
Huge. There's some, like 2 other possibilities. A giant eel, which American eels have been caught by fishermen in Kansas that were close to 3 feet. So, like, it could be an eel. I don't know.
Listen, we're going to have to just cover eels before you move on one day because eels are crazy, if you don't know. Like, there's a lot of mystery behind eels just as an animal in general. So, like, the fact that there
Is
are...
there?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, you don't even know. Okay. We just gonna, shelf this one for now. I'll cover it.
Okay.
Eels are crazy. And so, like, the fact that there are eels in Kansas, that's, like, a little... Like, maybe it's an eel.
Okay, see, I don't know nothing about eels. So, like, I don't really know what you're talking about, but, like, maybe, like, you're making me think that's what Sam is.
See, I don't want to say too much now, because now I want to cover eels, like, next week.
Okay. Yeah, okay. we'll get back to it. And the last thing is, like, it could just be a giant snake, like I said before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm leaning toward eel now. You know?
I know. Listen, eels are crazy, man. I can tell you from at least even personal experience, like having owned eels, those things can stay alive forever. I had little tiny eels. And we literally thought they were dead for years. Because we hadn't seen them in years. And you know what they were doing? Mm-hmm. They were chilling. We literally, the process of moving, we were moving eels. And we so much so thought they were dead that there was no water left in the fish tank when we, like, moved. And then we put it back and we moved. And they were still there. So, all I'm saying is that them things can survive. And a lot more to them, too. Those things are a mystery. But, yeah. So, maybe it's an eel. Intrigued. Maybe it's a snake. I don't know. I hope it's not a giant earthworm, though. I don't know why that creeps me out more. Like, but they're not. But he's not mean. So, like, could he even be a snake? Because don't snakes eat meat?
Well, there's, like, corn snakes.
Well, that's true. Very true.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do want to bring up the fact that this did remind me of when I covered the Mongolian death worm.
I was getting that vibe too.
Yeah. So if you want to go back to episode 65, that's when I covered that. But the Mongolian death worm is smaller and spits acid.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
Definitely not the same. Yeah, that one's mean.
Yeah, Sinkhole Sam is allegedly really just vegetarian and he just chills out. Or adversely, he went and ate that calf. So, like, we don't know.
Listen, even if he did eat the calf, I forgive him. Like, I had beef tacos yesterday, so, like, it's fine.
Right. Like, I think that's the only real... it only happened one time. Like, there's no other real account.
Yeah, no,
of
dude,
anything happening,
I'm 100% on Team Sinkhole Sam.
See? At the beginning, you were kind of scared of him.
Well, I am still scared because he's a giant worm-like creature. But, I mean, he seems pretty chill, so, you know?
Yeah.
I'm down to be his friend. I'll go to Kansas. I mean, plus I feel like it's only right for Sinkhole Sam to meet Sinkhole Sav.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I already am planning on going there eventually in my life.
Exactly, you have to.
I have family out there, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's Sinkhole Sam.
Man.
What do you have for me?
That's crazy. Okay. So, what's funny is that you mentioned how we have a TikTok. And if you don't follow our TikTok, please do. It is at myths_podcast. So, go look at that. So, because of that filter, I, too, went through the cryptids on there. And I personally got Mothman. Obviously. Duh. Come on now. And I didn't even try. I actually promise you guys that was just the first one I got. So, just had to put that one out there. But I wanted to go through and look at all the other cryptids that were on there that I had never heard of before. And doing that, I found what I have for you today. The legend of the Enfield Monster. Da-da-da.
Oh, never heard of him.
I know. Me neither. I had not either. But let me tell you, it's crazy. Okay, so I will just go ahead, get right on into it, and I will set the scene for you. Okay, it is April 25th of 1973 in Enfield, Illinois. And, okay, so it's around 10 p.m., and this guy named Henry McDaniel heard some scratching sounds at his front door. And he was like, I'm not expecting any company. So, obviously he gets up, looks out the door, and he said that he saw this animal that kind of looked like a bear, but like a baby bear maybe because it was small. So he went and got his gun and flashlight and headed outside because, he just, thought it was a bear. Like, he lived on this farm, He wasn't afraid at this moment. So he's looking around outside, like shining the flashlight, how we do when creature hunting. And he spots a creature in between two of his rose bushes. And it was in this moment that he realized this was no bear. Not even close. He claims that it was like nothing that he had ever seen before. He claims that this creature had 3 legs, a short body,
Oh.
2 little tiny short dinosaur looking arms, and 2 really big eyes that he says that they were like as big as flashlights. Like that's how they
Oh
were,
my
very
God.
big and very bright.
I can't even picture what this guy looks like.
So I only can picture him from that specific TikTok filter, and he just, to me, he's kind of looking like a little bug, but like big,
Okay.
but like big.
Okay.
And I don't know. He's giving bug vibes, but like humongous for a bug. So this Henry guy, he said that it stood around 4.5 feet tall. So, you know, not huge, but not small. Let's see here. Oh, and he says other than like the, you know, the 3rd leg and the huge eyes, it did kind of look like a little human body. Like mostly human, just a little weird. So,
Okay.
you know, so what does he do next? He proceeds to fire 4 shots at the creature.
Of course.
He was like, you know, honestly, I don't even care what it is. It's just got to go. Which really is me with these spiders that I've been trying to deal with. I'm like,
I mean,
I don't care.
yeah.
They eat the bugs. Can't deal with that. So he shot 4 times and only 1 shot hit it. And the creature hissed like a cat, he said. But not like a regular cat. He was like, it kind of sounded like a wild cat, like either a bobcat or a panther, something like that. But then after it hissed, it ran away and got away, like after it went down an embankment. So he didn't get it. But Henry said that the weirdest thing of all about this whole situation was that this small creature covered over 50 feet in just 3 jumps. Like this thing was jumping. Yeah, so I can't
This
even.
creature is so weird.
It is
You
weird.
described it.
Weird.
Okay. Listen, you described it as looking like I can't even imagine because it's like such a weird description.
Yeah.
And then to move, it jumps.
It jumps. And jumps like huge distances, not just like a little hop. Weird. It is weird. Let's see here. Okay, also, I did write, like, even though it's like the weirdest creature I think we've ever had, maybe described, why does it sound just like a little cute to me? You know? Like it's just a little 4-foot tall thing with big eyes. Okay, now it's 3 legs. It scares me a little bit. I don't like things with 3 legs. I don't know. So anyway, after Henry, you know, watches this thing get down the embankment and loses it, he goes back to his house and calls the police because he was like, man, I can't deal with this no more. So the local authorities come out and Henry like tells them his story and they decide, obviously, let's, you know, have a look around. And they found footprints near the house and they described the footprints as dog-like in shape but having 6 toe pads instead of 5. So,
okay,
you know, it's just more animals are getting added to what this thing looks like. Like as we're going,
like it's just a mutant of like
everything.
A bunch of different animals in one.
Yeah, I guess so. And so here's the most important part, I would say, is that the police ruled that Henry was rational and sober at the time of this. So we can't blame it on him being messed up in any sort of way because the police were like, you have to be crazy. And then they did all the tests and they're like, he's not crazy. So, yeah. Henry fully believes that what he saw is an alien and that there are way more than just one of them. And so, like, his theory is kind of like it is an alien who is trying to mask being a human, but, like, not doing it very well. And that creeps me out. Because I have heard many stories of, like, aliens trying to mask themselves like humans, but, like, things aren't right. You know, like, they don't get it fully right.
Yeah.
And that just kind of sounds like what this is. So.
See, right when you were describing it, that's what I was getting, that it was a...
Alien?
An alien, yeah.
Right.
And, I don't know, like, so he thinks that it was trying to pretend to be a human, but, like... like it didn't seem like it was at all.
Well, no, not that it's trying to pretend to be a human, but like that aliens, like his thought process is that like aliens will try to appear more human, like when they're around. You know what I'm saying? To try to fit in. But like obviously, no, it didn't work. Like no, definitely did not. But you know, who knows how aliens really think. So anyway, the police just say it was just some sort of animal. This Henry man's crazy, even though he's not crazy.
Okay.
It was just an animal. Like, no need to worry. But just to be careful, they did decide to go around like the neighbor, like Henry's neighbors' houses in like the neighborhood, just to see if they had seen anything strange in their backyards. So one of Henry's neighbors was a 10-year-old boy named Greg Garrett, and he claimed that he had encountered the creature half an hour before Henry did. So Greg, this little boy, said that the creature stepped on his feet, and when it did step on his feet, it tore his tennis shoes like to shreds, like it cut it. And then just ran away. That was his story. But years later, Greg actually told Western Illinois University researchers that his report was a hoax to tease Henry and to be on the news.
Wow.
So Greg's story
at least
was
he
a lie.
admitted it. But.
Yeah, and what's funny is that literally he waited years to tell that. Because I'll get into it later, but Western Illinois University did a study on this monster trying to like find out what it was. And so they went back to the original people to ask them, you know, like about their encounters. And he was like, yeah, no, I was lying. So, you know, Greg's story, the little boy, is a lie. But,
okay. Yeah. See, honestly, I think this creature should be called the Foopengerkle.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a Foopengerkle, like way more than the other one, the Sinkhole Sam.
Yeah. Way more than Sinkhole Sam.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Sinkhole Sam is Sinkhole Sam.
He's Sinkhole Sam. This is a Foopengerkle.
Yeah.
The name really hits this way better.
It does.
That's so funny. Okay. So, 2 weeks after the initial sighting, okay, it is now May 6th, Henry calls the radio station WWKI, claiming to have seen the creature again at 3 a.m. that morning. And so before I get more into what he said, I think the reason that he didn't call the police this time is because obviously they didn't believe him the first time. And so he was like, I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to just get this out to the public. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he called the radio station instead of the police. So Henry apparently has train tracks behind his house. And that's where he spotted the creature this time.
Okay, yeah. See, like, because the police, they, like, laughed at him, basically.
Exactly. They were like,
last time. So
you're crazy. And so why would he? I wouldn't go back either. I would not. I'm not going to embarrass myself again.
Yeah, no.
That would be my, thought process. So, let me see. Okay. So, yes, Henry, he's outside doing his last rounds, for the night. And he sees this monster, the same creature, standing near the train tracks behind his house. And he said it was just kind of walking around the tracks. It wasn't like running, it was just kind of walking around. But this time he did not shoot at it. But he wanted to know what it was. So he was like, I'm gonna get closer. And he claimed that it started walking down the tracks, like not running or anything, but just walking. And that's when he ran inside to call the radio. Because he was like, we need to get people out here right now to try to get this, creature. So when they told the radio station, they very quickly arranged a search party to go look for the creature. And from that search, they claimed to have seen an ape-like creature standing in an abandoned building near Henry's house. So now we're adding ape-like to this mix.
This is it's just every single animal.
In my mind and heart, I'm honestly like, is it a shapeshifter?
Oh.
There's no evidence that proves that, but I'm like, this thing is so, and I'm just going to get into more and more, and it's going to get even more confusing. I really think that this thing might be, if it's real, a shapeshifter. So, just maybe keep that in the back.
Yeah, because, like, what if it's just, like, it's just bad at shapeshifting, so it mixes them together?
Literally, like, in Moana, when Maui is, like, he gets the hook, and he's, like, turning back into the animals, and he, like, can't get it right. He's, like, half shark, half human.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is giving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they claim that they saw an ape-like creature, and they also claimed to have a recording of this creature's cries, but I couldn't find that recording anywhere. Did I look that hard? No, but I couldn't find it. But they also said that some of the people in like the search party did try to shoot at it, but they didn't. They were not a good aim. So it once again got away. Let's see here. Okay, so 2 days after this search, and this is all happening in like the span of 1 week. So this is like crazy. So 2 days later, the local press report that the police were being called to investigate like this report of gunfire. So when they got there, they arrested 5 young men who were not from Enfield, Illinois, who had came there to try to get proof of this creature. They claimed that they saw the creature, and so they decided that they were going to shoot at it. But the police were able to figure out that these guys were just like really drunk and trying to cause problems and like low key in a fight with each other and blame the creature. Like for that's why they were shooting. So,
Okay.
yeah. So that was like the first story of like people lying of seeing this creature. Well, other than Greg, but that came out way later.
Yeah.
So, but at this point, like this story is like very much so picking up traction, like around the country. People are hearing about it, and more people are coming to Infield to like try to find the monster. So people still to this day love to go monster hunting out there. Like they will go hunt the monster. Nobody really has ever found the monster, but this has kind of caused like a really big problem for the city of Enfield, because these like quote unquote monster hunters, actually some of them ended up accidentally killing livestock like that people owned, thinking that it was not even thinking that it was the monster. You know, just like if you're in like a scary situation outside at night, like looking for a monster, you see an animal, you're gonna think it's that monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and they accidentally like people ended up killing livestock. So that's really sad. And just tragic overall. So people were like trying to ban people from like coming, but you can't really ban people from visiting a town, you know? So, yeah. So at this point, obviously things are getting a little bit out of hand. People are still trying to figure out like, what is this creature? So let's get into the theories. So the number one theory, I just can't even read this out loud without laughing. So the number one theory, okay, is that this creature, the Enfield Monster, is a kangaroo that escaped from a nearby zoo.
What?
Right?
There's no way.
Okay, but hear me out. So the reason that people say this is because one of the main features that Henry said that he saw all the times that he saw this monster was that it had 3 legs. Like that is like one of the main things. It has 3 legs and huge eyes.
Right.
So kangaroos are often described as the 3-legged creature because their tails look like they have 3 legs. Personally, me, I've never seen a kangaroo in real life, so I don't know anything really about kangaroos. But that's what they're known around the world, is like having 3 legs because their tail looks like another one. So
yeah, like I can definitely see that, because I think their tails are really strong too.
Yeah.
So I think they can like stand on their tail, like as if it's a foot. So it's like has a muscle in it. It's a whole.
Well, that makes even more sense.
Yeah.
Then why they think it could be a kangaroo. But the opposition of this. So when the police told Henry like about this theory that they're like, okay, we're going to tell people like this is a kangaroo. He was like, there is absolutely no way that it was a kangaroo. And the reason that he would know that it's not a kangaroo is that and this is where I'm just like, is it true? He says that he worked with kangaroos while he worked in the military in Australia. Like, and I mean, I believe him. But like he would like literally work with kangaroos on a daily basis. So he was like, I know what a kangaroo looks like, and that was not a kangaroo. Now, we have to really just believe Henry on this, but I do believe him, I guess.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's just like he's like, no, guys, believe me.
He just wants Seriously. It to be alien so bad. Like, I really relate to Henry so much. Like, I'm Henry, honestly, in this situation.
No, that would be you. You would see an animal that, like, you know what it is, but then just be like, no, guys, seriously.
No, guys, it's an alien. Like, please believe me. I
It's
would
definitely
100%
an
do that. Okay, but this is where it gets very interesting, okay? An Ohio man contacted the local newspaper when he heard about this theory. And apparently, the description that Henry gave sounded a lot like his lost pet kangaroo, Macy, who had been either lost or stolen. Like, he wasn't sure, like, if she ran away or if she was stolen. But she was stolen a year before this happened. Now, to me,
Okay.
like, maybe it was Macy.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. If it's not a kangaroo, though, like, if what this man saw was not a kangaroo and that's a real monster, I'm honestly scared of it. Like, it's not even mean. It doesn't do anything, but I'm scared of it. Don't know.
Are you not on the it's an alien train? Or
No, I am personally on the alien train, but like a part of me also believes like the kangaroo.
yeah.
Me personally, if it's not the kangaroo, it's not anything else. It's an alien. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to hold out hope that it is the kangaroo, just because that's very creepy if it's not. Yeah, but anyway, the people who do not believe that it's a kangaroo speculate that it could be a wild ape. And there is no real proof for that either. Just that's what people are saying.
That one doesn't really fit because they don't like.
It doesn't fit at all.
Jump the same way? No.
No, nothing. No, I think the only reason people are saying ape is because like when they had that second search party, they were like, oh, it looked like an ape. Like y'all were so far away from it, you could not even see what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. So. Moving along, in 1978, researchers at Western Illinois University decided to study and analyze this incident, like I said, and that's when we found out that Greg was a liar. So, researchers found that there were only 3 first-hand reports that had been proven to have some truth to them. But, so they 3 were confirmed, but there were hundreds upon hundreds of other reports that were, like, either completely not true or couldn't be confirmed. So these researchers at this university claim that they believe the 3 stories of the people and that the rest of them are just like, you know, exaggerated fun stories and local lore, but that they actually do believe the 3 people. But what they also think it could be, if it's not true, is that it might be like another situation where there's mass hysteria. Like one person, you know, says something and then everybody gets freaked out that this thing is real and everybody just immediately believes it. And we talked about it before and so many times. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense, though.
Yeah. But, like, what about
like...
Henry? What about Henry? He was so upfront with everything. That's what makes me believe that it might not have been a kangaroo. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's worked with kangaroos.
Yeah.
It's sounding alien-like to me. But over the years, like, there haven't been as many reports, so either this thing died, or if it was an alien, it left, or got better at concealing itself. I don't know. But that is all the information that we have today of the Enfield Monster. And even though I called it the legend, it is also a mystery because we have no other information on it. And now I just want to go look for myself. So, are we going to go to Enfield, Illinois?
We should add it to our list because we have a lot of places to go.
Listen, we have a lot of places to go, but like, I'm not scared of this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this one could be placed around the middle top of the list. Like, there are some places I'm like, add to the bottom. I'm not trying to go there anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But
Sinkhole Sam though too.
Sinkhole Sam's up there, just like with it. I feel like these are like even on the list. We're good with them, but also they haven't been seen in so long. I'm like, is there even a point?
That's true. Yeah, like Sinkhole Sam wasn't seen since like the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
the
then
Enfield
this
Monster
one,
hasn't been seen since like the late 70s. So,
see,
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think it is? Do you think it's an alien or do you think it's a kangaroo?
I want to say alien because that
That's what I'm
first
saying.
guy.
It's so
It's just,
weird.
I don't know.
It's so weird. Like how you cannot look like all of those things and be a kangaroo, unless you are a very,
no.
very, very messed up kangaroo. You feel me?
Yeah, or the guy was just like needed his glasses, couldn't see. Like,
Okay, that's a good point. That's a very good point. But I don't know. But I feel like the police would have said that, like, oh, he wasn't wearing his glasses and he needed it to see, because they really didn't believe him. So they were like, we got to make sure this man's not crazy. So I don't know, guys. I just don't have the answer. But I'm gonna say, as I always say, it's an alien. Even though it might be the kangaroo.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I want to go with too, honestly.
Yep. Sorry, it's an alien. Yep. But that is the legend of the Enfield Monster. Dun, dun, dun. We've had a cryptid week this week, Savannah.
That's what. I was gonna say we did some cryptids, and we just announced that we're gonna go see a cryptid.
I hope we really see him.
I know.
Like, I just wonder if Mothman is truly real. Does he know that we throw a festival for him every year? Like,
I don't know.
Like, that is so funny. Like, I would be so proud if I was Mothman to have so many followers.
Yeah.
So funny. But yeah, come see us at Mothman Festival. We'll be bopping around somewhere trying to find Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely go check out our Instagram to see some pictures of the Sinkhole Sam and the Enfield Monster. Not real pictures, obviously, but we already knew this fact.
Unfortunately, I wish we had real pictures of them.
Right. Me too. But also go rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify, please, por favor. But
and I do want to mention about rating and reviewing on Apple Podcasts that, like, whenever I heard people talking about that at first, I thought you had to like make a whole account and it was like this super annoying thing, but it's actually like really easy. You just go on there. You don't even have to, like, if you want to just rate it, you can just click the stars and you're done.
Yeah.
And if you want to write a review, you just write a little review and make up a name and that's it. You don't have to like make a whole account or anything. So.
Yeah. So it's super easy. So
it's pretty easy.
I have no excuse. Y'all have no excuses not to do it. Honestly, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But anyways.
No excuses. Go do it. Please. Please, I'm begging you. But I don't really have anything else for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah, nothing more.
Okay, well, I guess we will see you guys next week.
All right, cue the music.